to be one.
Okay, welcome to the Exillian Expanse episode 29. Last we left you guys, or rather, now you are sort of waking up in the aftermath of blood, broken glass, a ruined hall of Brackenroost Keep. What began as a simple act of curiosity, maybe, a need to know what was going on with the item that you recovered from the shipwreck. Unfortunately, your meddling conjured two cambions from a different world that clawed their way into the keep, wearing faces that weren't their own, leaping from host to host with every dying breath. You managed to fight back, identifying that these intruders in your home were hiding amongst your guards and your visitors. And I do believe last we left off, we weren't actually following the actions of your party, rather a colleague of Lorea's who had been sent to observe a representative of the directorate who didn't quite seem as simple as he claimed. And we left with a scene of your brother dying and falling through a portal to which the same man stepped through as well. We pick up with you guys a fair half a day later, having rectified all the damage done to the keep and maybe talk to your guards a little bit more about how things should be. You have received word from Scylla that despite everything that's happened, the mirror has to be taken to something known as the Veil Gate Bastion. This place is where the Directorate does a lot of their scientific observations of the Veil. It is one of the only places you can observe the Veil on land. It separates Kaloria from Elindrian and is in the northern portion of Sapsathul. They still maintain that the mirror will not be given to the kingdom of Sapsathul. It should lie in the Directorate's hands. And to keep it safe from any prying hands, the Lady Valcorin has convinced the Directorate that they would need an escort. People to keep it safe, as it needs to be transported via ship to a place named Yusilpra Point, near the Lumenshade Woods in Sapsathul. The reason being they can't take it directly to the gate via ship is that you would have to pass through the Veil, and they can't risk what happened at the keep happening again. She has kept the identity of this escort for her eyes only, and convinced the Directorate that they don't need to know who is helping them carry this transport. In fact, she has done so well that using a more local distributor would keep things more safe and away from any prying eyes, and as such, the consortium known as the Lucky Shell are the ones to procure the necessary ship that will be used to transport this vessel. And that's where we pick up with you guys about midday at Brackenroost Keep, gathering your things as rightfully so, the escort she has arranged, and thus the paperwork for coup, is yourselves. And the understanding that some of you are less than happy to just hand over the mirror. Because, rightfully so, you are very suspect of those people. That ship will leave whenever you need it to. You have a couple of days, should you wish, if you want to prepare anything, or if you want to, you can leave today. Take it away.
I'm just scrolling through my inventory. I have potions of healing. I still have an identified charm, but I think that needs to recharge because we used it last session, pretty sure. How many days would that take, DM?
Excellent question.
I also just have a pearl that apparently doesn't get used up, so I'm not in a hurry to wait for an identified charm. It just means that I won't be able to do a lot of identifying on a day because I only have 2 spell slots. But I'm almost certain we won't have to identify like a factory load of items on a day. So that's about the only things that I see on my person personally that I think needs preparation. But other than that, I'm pretty good to go, I think.
Like to get more potions of healing. That never sounds like a bad idea to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I'm more or less prepared.
Perfect. Let's do some potion shopping in that case.
Shopping! No. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you guys can go to the alchemist, of which you're very familiar with, who is now allowed to sell his wares above table. Not above this table, above table in general. So, yeah, you can buy anything up to uncommon items in the city of whatever you might need.
I'm so certain I could filter on uncommon items in D&D Beyond.
You should be able to, yeah.
Yeah, I might be stupid, but...
No, it just says common. Like
yeah.
there isn't a filter for uncommon.
I'll just look at the green ones then.
That's what I usually do.
I mean, I have a filter for uncommon.
The fuck? I'm being scammed. Sorry. I'm just... I don't know where to find it then. I'm probably just blind. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
At least we're both blind.
Yeah. Oh, I need to check proficient as well. I'd like to be proficient with whatever I buy. Right, I'm looking at armor, which is not what I'm supposed to. Potion of... Well, Potion of Greater Healing is uncommon. I think we could start with that. How many are those a piece? A pop?
Great question. 150, if I can remember right.
Then I can buy 3.
I'll also buy 3.
Ooh! I'll add them to party equipment. And deduce for 50 gold. Remove. Yeah, I could try and buy other things, but I don't have a lot of gold left.
I would like to buy a potion of water breathing, at least one.
Sure.
How much is that?
Sorry, I was just trying to pull up my thing. Is it common or uncommon?
It's uncommon.
200 gold.
I'll buy 2 of those. And now I'm broke, so I can't really shop anymore.
Spent a lot of money on the keep. I can also. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna pour all of my money in the party inventory. Actually, can I just convert that? No, I can't.
I always forget that exists. It's so cool.
Yeah. Because I don't see a place where, I can't talk today. I don't really see a situation where Lorrea is really keen on keeping her own money. So just put the I really can't talk. I've put the healing potions in it and the money in the party inventory.
I'll get 1 potion of greater healing.
Cool.
When we I've put the potions in the party inventory. When we are in like a combat situation, is it like an action to take it out of party inventory into your own? How do we do that?
I think you'd
Do
have
we
to
want to
pick.
divide it up?
I think you'd have to pick someone to be your treasurer. So someone that will always carry all the party stuff.
Bellini still have the bag of holding.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to blow that up yet.
I vote Bloom.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll target Bloom first to kill then.
No.
Is that not how that works?
Bad DM. Bad.
Bloom has like a base AC of like 20 something. He's fine.
Yeah. His
He does have
AC
the
is 19. It's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What a turtle.
That's what I get for letting him play a turtle.
Did it actually shift it to the right? No, it didn't. Oh, fuck.
But it's still better than a Muppet. So
Yes.
But he did get a chance to play his Muppet.
he did. He did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm.
Was there anything else you guys want to do in town, or anyone you want to talk to?
No, not currently. Lorea's not aware yet that Bones has failed. So, no.
Yeah, I mean, the best you know is that he hasn't returned.
Yeah. She probably also would assume it would take a couple of days to escort the person out of Obscura. So, not realistically, she would assume anything's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say hi to my brothel girls and I'm ready to go. Maybe a long rest. That's it, I think.
Yeah, I'm just taking
eager to go this day.
I'm just taking a real quick look through uncommon items.
That's fine. Okay. So yeah, you make your way down to the docks. It's very familiar. There's sort of a low salt fog that's rolling over. Even with the change in the weather in Obscura, it's still, even in this afternoon, it's still pretty creepy. There's like fish and oil in the air. You can see there's a couple of stalls set up near the first warehouses, and then that long line of very large buildings where supplies are often scuppered in. At the far end, you can see one of the bigger of the ships is a three-masted, I think they call it a brig. Yeah. It's got little blue lanterns hanging from each mast. It looks quite long. Doesn't look too thick in terms of when you're approaching, you can see there are a couple of cannon ports. It doesn't look like it's built for a fight. It looks quite sleek. So maybe it's built more for speed. There's a little bit of activity. As you can see, crew members roaming around. It looks like they are preparing to leave at any moment, as they have been instructed. And you can see off to one side on the docks is Varduccio, who's just sort of talking to some people, arranging. You can see a couple more turtles are carrying some more barrels into a warehouse, a couple of crates on a wagon. It looks pretty normal. Nothing to be paranoid of. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I wouldn't know what to do.
I think we just need to get on the ship with the mirror.
Yeah.
I
I'll
woke up bored.
same.
I'll make sure I carry Bellini onto the ship so he doesn't get left behind.
He's retreated into his shell again.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see alongside a couple of supplies. To the best of your ability, you can tell maybe this isn't enough supplies to get you the full journey, because they want to get there as soon as possible. So they can't risk being too weighted down. But there are some food supplies. You can see a very familiar, it's not the same, but you know what's inside, as a crate is sort of hoisted very gently on to the deck, and then you can see it disappear down beneath the iron grated portion of the middle of the ship into the hold. And you guys walk up the gangplank. You see again the crew are just roaming around, each filling out what role they need to. At the top, you can see quite a tall man with a long coat that's fluttering in the wind. His collar's turned up. He's got about shoulder-length hair, light brown. It's very tousled and a little perfectly arranged as it sways in the breeze. You can see some portion of the crew are turtle. You could see one or two water genasi, and then mainly humans for the rest of them. He looks down, sort of gestures with a gloved hand. You are quite a recognizable group. He doesn't really need to check who you are, given that a hippo and a turtle together with a creepy lady, it's pretty obvious what that is.
Who's just not there.
Well, he just looks like a normal guy. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
He's
Just
just
a
a
guy
guy.
compared to the rest of us.
Yeah. Little do they know he does the most damage. But yeah, he sort of gestures as you all board. You're greeted by quite a short-looking young female. She might be elven to the best of your estimation. She's got like slightly pointed ears. Just very eager as she greets you, or just like shaking your hand. She's like, "Welcome. Hi. This is the Far Lantern. She's quick and temperamental, but if you treat her kindly, we might even get there a little bit dry." So, and then sort of like bows to each of you.
No promises.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Are you our captain?
No, I'm the first mate. It's a bit of a new position, but yeah, I'm his. And she sort of like points at the. Once again, just looks like he's in every slow motion scene ever, just staring out to the sea, coat flapping in the wind. It's like I'm his first mate. That's the captain.
Ah, well, I have all faith in you as a first mate. You'll probably do wonderful.
Thank you. I should. I'll show you where you're sleeping. Yeah. Follow me. And she sort of leads you, down a set of small stairs to one side, and out into, the lower portion of the ship. You can see on one portion, you can see like bunks that line either side of a narrow hallway with hammocks strung across sea chests and tokens, and you can see one guy sort of swinging himself very softly while he's restringing a fishing net. On the other side, you would assume is maybe a galley. There's a quite a large looking, like, portly man with like a sloped hat, and he seems to be stirring a pot. Maybe he is making lunch for the rest of the crew. She leads you all the way down to the front of the ship, and there's a small door, and sort of opens it, and you can see where the ship comes to a point. There's a set of quite nice bunks, rather than hammocks, and sort of gestures for you guys.
Thank you so much. Will you introduce us to the captain later?
Yeah, I mean, I can introduce you now if you like.
That would be perfect for me, boys. Do you want to do anything here first, or?
I want to eat the pot of whatever the guy was making, but
I just set my pack on a bunk and otherwise turn to head towards the captain or food.
Sure. I'd say as she sort of leads you to go back to the stairs you came down, she sort of peels off a little bit, goes past where the man is stirring the pot, picks up some bowls and like hands them out to each of you, and then leads you back all the way to the rear of the ship and up some stairs on that side.
I give
And it
my
comes
ball
out.
to Geo.
thanks,
Same.
Vera. And he just like takes all three of them and just dumps them in his mouth with the bowl. So they're down 3 bowls now too.
Through these stairs, it comes out into quite a large room. You can see on one side is a set of double doors and a large desk with a series of windows that sort of jut out from the ship a little bit. And then she opens the double doors, and you realize you're back on the deck of the ship again. Brings you back round and up again, and is sort of anxiously picking at her fingernails as she waits for the captain to stop smoldering. And he's like turns his head. Oh, hello. How are we all doing? Offers his hand to each of you.
I shake.
I've already heard your names, but my name is Pike. It's nice to meet you all. I hope your quarters are to the specifications we are told. We had to make sure that we put you in a place where the floorboards wouldn't sink under the power of your companion here.
I know I'm fat. Get it.
I would never say something like that, but yes, you are of a certain heft.
I'm sure the sleeping quarters are quite adequate. Thank you so much. Yeah, Captain Pike, how long do you think this voyage will take?
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but this should be roughly 200 miles, so a little while. We do have some stops on the way. I didn't want to, in case any of you were seasick, but we should get there soon, I hope.
And just assume that I know nothing of naval travel. How many lots of days is 200 miles? I mean, obviously I know, of course, I know. But just as a reminder.
If we were to perform a straight shot, it should only take us maybe four days. But
oh, okay. I'll just sort of lean over to the group. I've never been on a ship before. I've no idea if I get seasick or not. Is that a usual thing? Do people get seasick often?
It's like 50-50, I would say.
Oh, fuck.
Never been on a ship on the sea, only in space, in my dreams.
Somehow that's not the weirdest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, there is a like a small silence as everyone turns to look at Geo. I wish I had dreams such as that. So,
Well,
I take it.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
I take
Is
it
there
none of
anything
you know how this operates.
No.
Just try to keep out of their way, and I'm sure things will be just fine.
Excellent. I suppose that answers my question. If we can help, I think staying out of the way is a great help.
Yes, well, if you hear myself or Sarah calling, then perhaps we might need a little more assistance, but fingers crossed, knock on wood, and he just touches any part of the ship. It should all go well.
Of course.
I'm told we are carrying a precious cargo.
Yes. It's quite important we get there quick.
I get it. You're not going to tell me what it is. So, anyway,
It's safer for yourself if you do not know. Trust me.
that's very ominous.
Yes. And I would do a little psycho eye.
You scared.
Nothing to worry about, of course.
Okay.
It's nothing. You don't. No, you don't need to worry about it.
Well, of course not. I am the Captain Pike. And he sort of like does the smolder again for a moment.
Yes.
Speaking of cargo, is this ship carrying anything else, or is it just us and the item that shall not be named?
Well, we do have some other things we are delivering for the Lucky Shell Corporation.
Perfect.
A little lantern oil, you know. And then we are told to collect some items along the way. So.
for the lucky shell?
I haven't been told. It's been much the same of don't ask questions, you still get paid, sort of thing.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We always ask questions.
Well, perhaps you are a curious lot.
Are there any areas of the ship we should avoid?
Well, I shouldn't think so. You have free reign. All the cannons are tied down. I wouldn't advise standing in between that and a wall, for example, as you might get squished.
Do you think Geo would fit?
Well, we do have a brig, as in, like, not this ship, but like a prison, a very small prison. I don't think he'd fit in there.
Okay.
But aside from that, most places, if you just crane your neck a little bit, you should be able to fit.
Look at that. It's like a cruise, which I don't think is a thing. Okay, well, thank you so much, Captain Sir Master Pike.
It's
What
just
did-
Captain Pike. There's
Just Captain
yeah.
Pike, of course. I know that. I'm very experienced with naval voyages.
well, you are a lady, as I'm told, so I suppose I should defer to you.
Exactly.
I was just told that you are nobles, are you not?
Yes. Oh, we're super noble. Yes. Just testing you. Not in a rude way, of course not. Just I'll stop talking.
Well, we don't operate on an order of silence, so that's your prerogative, I guess. Well, anyway.
When we get out to sea, can I fire one of the cannons?
Is there any particular reason why?
It just
It
seems
just makes
fun.
him so happy.
I mean, yes, I suppose. I don't see a problem as long as you don't hit anything important.
Well, that's why I said when we're out to sea.
Well, then yes.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Like the celebratory salvo, then.
Yes. I should mention, if you do go into the hold, there are some things I wouldn't advise opening. It's just some material, a little powder, lamp oil, like I said.
Geo just scratches his head with a grin on his face.
And then he just turns and begins shouting at some of the crew, and you can see they begin to raise up the anchor. The sails begin to unfurl, and you guys are pretty much given free rein as long as you're not bumping into anyone as they work.
Do you want to see the lamp oil, Geo?
Yeah, but let's wait until the third day just in case I blow up the ship.
You're so smart. All right. We should probably try and do some investigating on our stupid mirror thing then.
I don't think we should open it here, to be honest.
No, we
I
could do
can't believe
theoreticals.
those came out of my mouth.
No, theoretically, I mean. Sorry if I cut you off.
Oh no, I was going to agree with Geo. Which
well,
is
that'll be today.
also, yeah, also something I never thought would happen.
Is it April Fool's today or what?
Try to be somewhat
Well-
smart since Bellini's not here to rein me in.
Well, why don't we get a lay of the ship? Figure
Yes.
out what And I will go exploring, see what's on each level of this ship.
Sure, yeah. You guys have time, so it's very easy if you just go and look at stuff. There's the main deck. You've got a quarter deck in the helm, which is at the back. You've got the captain's quarters, which is, as you would expect, behind the helm. The crew quarters, which is where she showed you the galley. There's a cargo hold, and then at the lowest deck is a bilge. That's quite dark and damp, and there's a little bit of slow dripping water and smells of seaweed and salt. Down there's not a lot of things other than some barrels, and then, like you said, there is an iron cage built into the bilge of the ship. But if you want, you can roll an investigation check as you're sort of moving around.
Why not? 18.
Wow.
18. Yeah, you get the lay of the vessel quite quickly. It is pretty well kept. A lot of the wood you can see has been where it begins to rot, it's been replaced. The sails are in good repair. You do notice, because like I said, you do have time to carry this out, the blue lanterns. It's not even anything in particular. It's particularly intriguing because the glass of the lanterns is blue, and there just seems to be a simple candle in the inside. You're not sure why they would they would choose that color in particular, but maybe it's an aesthetical sort of thing. With an 18, you notice that in the hold and the bilge, every now and then, the architecture doesn't look right to be as smooth as you would expect the contours of a ship to be, and every now and then there's brass plates with like a tortoiseshell pattern on them. In the crew quarters, there's a small door that's been left unlocked, and you can see there's a side storage closet full of like what looks to be silk bundles. And then in Captain Pike's quarters, that you'd already seen, one of the drawers has been left unlocked, and you can see there's a bunch of bottles in there, and like what looks to be a long copper pipe of some kind. But should you wish to look into a little bit more, anything in particular, you have that availability.
I point everything out that I see to the others, but none of it really. I'm not trying to immediately start snooping on our benefactors, but I'm also not going to stop anyone else from.
Yeah. As you guys have been exploring, the ship is groaning as the sails have been unfurled and the far lantern has glided out from the pier. The city skyline has long since shrunk behind you, and like I said, all the crew are moving about. About an hour of you just exploring and looking around.
Can I, since I'm so very good with people, as I've demonstrated with Captain Pike, can I take a closer interest at Sarah, because her nervousness interests me?
I mean, sure. Are you trying to observe what she does from afar, or do you actually want to sort of interact with her?
Well, I do want to interact with her. I would like to do like a gauge of her character from afar, even though I have no wisdom. But I'd like to try.
Yeah, I mean, you can make me an insight check.
Well, that's a 9.
She's young, so you would guess maybe some of that nervousness is an expectation of station that she's not used to. She's got big shoes to fill, you would guess. But with a 9, you can't really see past that hyperactivity to delve a little bit deeper into it from where you are observing her body language.
I'll just go up and talk to her. Is she very busy?
Yes and no. Like I said, you have no reason to rush anything because you know this journey can take you 4 days at least, and it's only been an hour in, so you can just like very slowly sort of coax your way in. I would say she is sometimes quite busy, but a lot of the times, much like the hierarchy as this works, you can teach she's more delegating jobs and observing people. And every now and then when they do need some help, she is hitting in and getting in there to help them.
Yeah.
But you can catch her when she does finish whatever task she was concentrating on.
I'll just I'll procure some. Well, are they drinking rum, wine, mead, whatever, anything for her?
It's mainly water as far as you can tell. It does have like as you notice, there's a barrel every now and then. It's not too big, with a wooden lid and a handle on the top. You lift it up. All of those barrels, it's fresh water, and then there's a small table beside it that's bolted into the deck with a set of very small bottles on it that you would guess are maybe rum. And every time you've seen someone go up to it, they always take a very specific portion and then mix it in with the water, which makes grog. So, they are drinking rum, but not in the sense that they're all drunk. It's usually used as a ration, a way of keeping everyone motivated.
I'll bring her a mug of grog then, just to be polite, and I'll saunter over and be like, "Well, how was it? How are you feeling as a newly first mate?" And I'll offer the cup to her.
Yeah, she takes it with both hands. Thank you. I'm getting there. It's definitely a challenge that I'm not used to, but I will certainly rise to the occasion. I think.
Of course. Is this your first job as first mate? Your first voyage as first mate?
I've been on this ship since I was 8.
Mm.
So, but yes, this is my first time being a first mate.
So you've got family here, or have you just been a bilge rat since you were 8?
I mean, bilge rat is a little derogatory, but yes, I suppose so. I don't quite remember much, but I guess these guys are my family. And then as you watch like a really large, quite muscular turtle walks by, she just sticks a leg out and trips him up. And he sort of looks back and smiles as it keeps going.
So sorry, how did you end up here then at such a young age? You have no idea, you don't remember?
I was fished out of the ocean. Apparently I've been drifting for days, but they found me off the coast of the Beacon, and I didn't really have anywhere else to go, so.
Well, cool, actually. I mean, it's not cool that you were drifting out in the ocean, but there's no family like found family. I should know. So what happened? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Captain Pike kind of took me under his wing. I think he had kids once, but he doesn't like to talk about it.
What happened to the last first mate that you took their position?
Oh, he didn't die. He's just old as shit. And she like points across the deck, and there's a really old man who's beginning to like climb up the rigging to the crow's nest. He looks properly spindly. He's covered in tattoos, quite a long beard, and it's like points him out.
It's just time for the new generation then.
Exactly. Yeah. They needed someone a little bit more proactive to keep on top of things.
Is she human, by the way?
She's
No, she was
half
elvish,
elven.
probably.
You think? Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I do remember that. What do I actually want to ask her? Well. I think it's really cool that you became a first mate then. How old are you exactly? Do you know?
I'm 20. Okay, I was gonna lie. I'm 19.
Okay, she's half elfin. Does she look like an adult?
She looks 19.
You see Larea sort of... What? That's... Okay, yeah, that's super young. But, I mean, who more could have experience than you, being here for 11 years then? That's quite remarkable. Right. Sorry, it just caught me off guard. You seem like you have elvish lineage, and 19 just caught me really off guard.
Oh, you mean the... Yeah. I mean, I guess.
I'd say someone like you is like 70 or something.
Rude. Do I look 70?
Well, for an elf, yes.
Oh, right. I see what
You
you
look more like human 19. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's because I'm 19, I think.
I don't have dog, I don't drink or eat anything, so I don't do anything. It's just, Ray's just like, yeah, okay. I didn't mean any offense, by the way. I'm just surprised. Age is weird anyway, with all the different life expectancies we all have, and the like. Yeah, well, if you see anything strange or unusual, just let us know. But I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, is there anything that you're particularly nervous about? Maybe.
I mean, we've got to sail close to the Vale, so maybe that. But, not really. We haven't seen any pirates lately. Which are real things, by the way. They're not, like, they're not always like you'd imagine how people say pirates are, but they're definitely dangerous, for sure.
How do people imagine pirates?
Well, you know, like the yar sort of swashbuckling, like how they write about them. Actually, that's a lie. No, some of them are like that. Like the one guy wears a really big hat, and I'm not sure if it's like function or just because he likes wearing a big hat. But
Right, and how are they exactly, as opposed to what they apparently write about? I'm not much of a reader, I will say.
some of them are really polite. like they'll threaten you just by being there, and then one of them, we call him the Duke. He just asks really nicely if he can have some of our stuff, and you know, he doesn't outwardly threaten you because of, it's just the implication that he probably would sink the ship, but he's quite nice, and then takes our stuff and just lets us go on our way.
That's like, I could get along well with him, actually. All right. Can I? It's a little late, but I wanted to go on to the pirate thing. Can I insight check her when she said like, I'm not really nervous about anything?
I mean, yeah, if you want to. Where's my dice?
If I don't whiff this one as I'm whiffing the conversation. I've no idea. It's an 8. Unless you rolled a 1, I've no idea.
She seems confident. She does seem confident, and she's been doing this, like you said, for 11 years. So, yeah, she's pretty confident that nothing bad will happen.
So much, Sarah. Can I are there any moments that I could just hang out with you? I don't want to impose on your duties, of course. I don't want to interrupt you. Like, what's a good time to get to know you guys? We're going to be here for 4 days, 4 or 5 days-ish. You know, I'd like to know who I'm traveling with.
Well, I don't take the night shifts because I like sleep. So we can, I don't know, have a drink later if you want.
Sure, that sounds lovely. Thank you. And I'll take my leave, because I've got nothing out of this conversation at all. Nothing.
Just age shaming an elf.
Hey, listen, it was a valid question, all right?
So, how it obviously you might not know any better because of the way you've grown up, for one. Half elves mature at the same rate that humans do. Some of them do live a little bit longer.
Emerald didn't know that either. I thought
Yeah.
half elves mature
Yeah, half elves
longer as well.
they age about the same as humans, but sometimes they can live a little bit longer. So like maybe 150, a little bit more, isn't unknown to them. Elves is when they mature at like 80, because they just take so long to do anything, pretty much.
Emerald thought that they were like halfway between humans and elves in terms of aging and
Not
maturing.
really. Not really, no. The human genetics is strong. I actually, completely going on a tangent, I actually saw a TikTok of someone saying that humans should just be called the slut folk because there's so many half-breeds everywhere. Because they're just going out and getting some with every race they can find.
Yeah. No, but we'll totally pin that on Lorrea growing up on the streets and not player lack of knowledge. Yes.
It's fine. That's fine.
That tracks.
Yeah. You don't have to know everything.
No, you do.
No,
I am a DM of 3 years. I should have known that, but I just assumed it was different for half elves.
It is a bit of a grey area.
I usually don't bother mentioning actual ages. I just say for a human they look like they're 80 or something. That's how I do it.
Okay. What
Yeah,
else do
but
we
my
want
social
to...
mission failed, so
What else do we want to get up to?
I have explored the ship, so I'm just gonna find a spot to have a seat, not bother anyone.
Geo?
He's gonna go swimming.
Okay. Can you swim as fast as a ship? That's my question.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, he's gonna tie a rope because he's not really gonna swim, but he's gonna drink one of his potions of water breathing.
Okay. And you're
Tie
gonna
a rope to
tie
the
a
ship.
rope around yourself and just
Yeah, jump in.
Jet ski behind the ship.
yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, you tie it round. Sarah just like notices that the knot isn't quite right and comes and helps you, and she's not sure why you're doing this. But give me an acrobatics check as you leap off the side of the ship.
Girl, that's really
12.
Okay. You watch as Geo sort of strides up, prepares, sort of like stretching out his shoulders. You see he goes to dive and sort of like belly flops into the ocean and then disappears immediately underneath it with his considerable weight. You can see the rope he tied to the mast just goes immediately taut, and then underneath the water, yeah, Geo, you're just being dragged along at quite a high speed. You don't need to breathe because you have potion of water breathing, and you're just sort of moving along with it. As you're under there, make me a perception check.
I also recently learned that hippos sleep underwater and automatically, in their sleep, float to the surface to breathe again, and then sink back.
That's
23.
awesome. Okay, so as you're under there, you can see a little bit of sea life, but the boat is moving quite fast, and in this portion, the ocean, as you look down, is just endless until it's pitch black. You sort of spin yourself around as you're being dragged along, and you can see by the front of the ship, there's a small dolphin that sort of is racing the wake the boat is making, and sort of pops up, comes back down again. It's sort of playing in amongst the front portion of the ship. But yeah, you can be down there for as long as you wish.
I will be down there until the ship stops the first time. I have 24 hours to breathe underwater. I'm going to use it.
That's mad.
Lorea's just over the balustrade, sort of like looking at the waves, little tiny waves that he makes, like the trail.
But yeah, the first day, the ship cuts a clean path through the water. The air always just smells of salt, pretty much. You can see sailors are managing some pulleys, maybe putting a little bit of oil on them. Geo observes as one of them is sort of lowered down on a small bench and begins sort of scraping barnacles off with this large metal tool. Some others are coiling rope. If you guys want to lend a hand, you can, but it's up to you.
Can I do a con save to see if I get seasick?
Yes, of course you can. Absolutely.
What's my DC?
I would say you can make this with disadvantage because you have never been on a boat, and your DC will be... We'll make it 12. It's not a hard DC, but you will make it with disadvantage.
Oh, easy. Dirty 20 with disadvantage. The other one was a nat 20.
Yeah. There is a moment where you feel a little bit of a churning, and then you just realize you're a little bit hungry. And the more you're looking around, you're just thinking about how like the waves are moving, and it does catch you by surprise that you're not seasick. As it sort of makes you a little bit disorientated for a second, but that's just because you're not used to it. But you don't get seasick.
I also realized that I still have a hunger feeling even though I don't need to eat, and I get really pissed off about that.
You do have sort of a late afternoon lunch, everyone but Gio, because he doesn't know it's being served, which is quite a nice stew of beans and salted pork, and everyone just seems to sort of pitch in while the others are busy and then switch over. You can see that Captain Pike at one point is stood at the top portion of the ship near the wheel, and he's going through like a set motions with a large rapier that was on his hip, and it's just moving back and forth. As you're observing him move, it's like he's doing a routine and following a pattern, but it always stops before the final strike, as if he does it deliberately, and then sheaths it. It goes a couple of hours before he'll repeat it again. Some of the crew play dice, and they're making small bets. One of the crew brags that she can climb the main mast blindfolded. One of them sort of eggs her on that he can do it faster, and some portion towards the evening as the sun does begin to set, there is a little bit of a race as the two make their way up to the crow's nest with blindfolds on their faces, trying to climb the rigging as fast as they can. Sarah points out to you, Loraya, as more dolphins join the one before, and this pod is just racing once again and playing together, and she tells you that is good luck, and actually says that it helps them record their direction. They also often use them as good weather indicators. If the dolphins are out, should mean that the day should be fine, and Geo is still underwater. As the sun sets into an evening, Geo, can you make a Constitution save for me?
13.
Okay. As night comes, you can see those blue lanterns shine out even brighter. And some of the crew return to their bunks. Some of the ones that had been lazing around then take their place. You guys can do whatever you want in this evening. Sarah sort of comes off the clock and sidles up to Loraya and sort of offers her like this small wooden cup. And as you bring it to your nose, there's like a waft of very strong brandy as she offers it to you. Geo, you have fallen asleep underwater, and every now and then, I think Ku, you like look over to check he's okay, and you can just see that he sort of bobs up to the surface, and like this crashing of waves around his form as his nose is like midair, just on his back, and you can see he's visibly snoring, just as is being dragged along the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do for this evening?
I'm not doing anything in particular. I think just finding a quiet corner to probably do paperwork. And keeping an eye on Geo as much as I can.
I'll hang with Sarah. I'll down the brandy she gave me. I'll just sort of ask her, like, what's the craziest thing you've had happen? Tell me a cool story.
Craziest thing. She delves into a couple of stories. One is about a vast sea snake that they once saw, like this massive serpentine beast that they saw off the coast at one point. It was to the west of Obscura, near northern Nivalir, and they said that they were immediately told to steer away. Another story details talk of a floating temple. There's a lot of stories about what happened to it, and that at one point it was corrupted, and but now it's just used as an available praying place for for any who'd wish it who are on the sea. But the most notable one that she said happened recently was that they saw a ship that could fly through the sky. And not many people believed it because they thought that they were drunk, but that was the most interesting one that she's seen recently.
Oh, I know that ship. It's not really good at flying in the sky, I will tell you.
No? It looked
No,
pretty sturdy.
Oh, it fully crashed on our shores. It made a whole ruckus in our keep. It was awful.
So our ship is better?
Well, yeah, it's not crashing on our shore, so you're already a couple points ahead, yes.
Yes. Thank you for this. I don't often get to hang out with cool people.
I'll look around and see what cool people she's mentioning. Oh, that's very sweet. I don't often get that said to me either. I will say. I get a lot of things said about me, but not that, no.
Well, like calling like a, like a scary way.
Yeah. That's more in line with what I get usually. Thank you. You're very cool. Less scary, but very cool yourself.
You don't seem like a lady. I don't want to be rude, but like a lot of nobles that I've met, they're sort of like, oh, all hoity-toity, and they wear like lots of silk dresses and stuff. And she like looks you up and down, slightly mud-covered coat. It's like, and you don't seem like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was kind of surprised we were called nobles. I suppose we are in a way. I just didn't really get that memo either. I'm a little bit out of my depth here. This is the... I lean closer. Don't tell your captain this. This is between us, all right?
I don't tell him a lot of things.
Good.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever been on a ship at all.
So... No way.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's very bouncy. I didn't expect it to be this bouncy, I will say.
I mean, yeah. That does come in handy for,
Oh.
Yeah.
Who? And I'll just sort of look at the crew. Who?
I am not telling you.
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's nothing serious, but and she sort of like points...
I don't care if it's serious or not. I just want to know who.
She sort of points...
Do I look like someone who's serious about those kinds of things?
Sort of like points down, and you can see you hadn't really noticed them before, but there's she's about 6 foot. You can't tell much else other than like a very pale skin, and like a set of different trailing blue tattoos that seem to like cover some portion of her body. It confuses you because some parts of it almost look like scales, and then as they move it seems to shift with the light, and it's almost like it camouflages with the back of the ship, and then they move again and you can see that it's actually part of their arm, and they're just arranging some stuff and like
Would I
tying off the
have
rope.
any idea what sort of heritage she could have?
You can make a history on Arcana check if you want.
Got the history. Oh, for fuck's sake, 11.
No, you wouldn't. You've never seen something like this before.
I'll just sort of clock her and be like, how did you bag that? I mean, I don't mean to be rude. Sorry, I am from a different place.
What are you gonna
Because
do next?
I'm hot as shit. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
Um. Also, I don't think you can call her that because that's just a bit rude.
Oh no, I didn't mean. It's sea nervousness and all that. Uh, I. Oh God, I haven't really been among people in a while. I'm noticing. You used to be really good at it.
I'm just fucking with you. A lot of people are taken aback by her, but she's actually really nice.
That's nice. I mean, I, once again, I get that. Shut the fuck up, Bon.
Do you want to meet her?
Sure, yeah. I won't steal her. Don't be scared.
I don't think you could, but okay.
Well,
She
what
like
do
she
you mean
like
I
waves.
couldn't?
She waves to the woman at the far end of the ship and sort of like, Vrathi, come over here. And the woman stands up. Again, she's quite tall. You can see that she's wearing sorry. Almost this pearlescent like the inside of a shell armor. And on her hips are two like long curling like pronged tools. They're about 4 foot. That's not 4 foot. However long 4 foot is.
I wouldn't know.
They're 4 foot each, and they sort of hang from each hip. That long, yeah.
Off camera long.
And you can see that at the handles, it looks like they could maybe be fixed together, and sort of makes her way over to you.
Hi. I'm Lorea. Hi. I was just very enamored. I was just very curious about you, and Sarah was telling me a lot of nice things about you. Hello.
It is nice to meet you. And she sort of like reaches and pulls her hair together, and as she does it, you notice that even her hair turns from like a dark black and then ripples into a green and then a blue. Even as she moves it, it sort of changes color and like places it up, and then it fixes like a small dagger in between to hold it.
Do that. That's awesome.
Sarah taught me.
Like sharp head whip. How do you do that?
Well, you have to like wrap it and then twist it and then sort of make sure you can get it at the right angle.
No, not the knife thing. The hair thing.
Oh.
How did that?
Oh, right. And you see Vrathi pipes in and is like, that's just me. I am of two worlds, you could say.
Really? What two worlds?
I am, I believe they call me a deepborn in common. I lived beneath the ocean.
Whoa.
But my mother was human, so.
Of course, they're like the sluts of. Well, anyway. No, I don't mean to call your mother a slut or anything. Jesus, oh God, this is not going the way I want to tonight.
I mean,
Well,
she was a prostitute, but I guess she would be a whore, not a slut.
I
But
love prostitutes. You know, I set up a couple of brothels back in.
do you like them personally, or just like the idea of them?
No, I don't peruse personally. I have sisters who had a brothel. They're triplets. One of them is a tiefling, and the other, we have a human and an elf. It's like not family by blood. It's like chosen family.
I was going to say that is a very strange lineage.
Yes. Well, I don't actually have any blood relatives. I only have regular. No, not regular. I suppose just
Do you often get this flustered when you talk to women?
No, I've just been off my game all day. Usually I'm very, very good at social events, and today is a weird day. You're lovely. I'm just more into, regrettably, other things.
Is
People.
your friend okay, by the way? Because I didn't see that he came back up, and I think he might be asleep.
I'll just look over.
He's fine.
Yeah, Q's just keeping an eye on him.
Oh yeah, he's a weird one.
I think he's quite cute, but sure.
I'll let him know that. Unless you don't want to, and I'll look at Sarah. I didn't mean to. That's not what I mean. So how long have you sailed, Rafi?
3 years, I think, with the lantern. And she like checks with Sarah, and Sarah nods.
Great. Just with the lantern. So did you sail before that?
Yes, a little bit. But sometimes, well, me and my sisters would sink ships. But we were told that that is probably not a good idea.
I love that. Don't sing this one though. That I wouldn't like that.
No, there is too many treasures on this one. And she like looks at Sarah again.
Ah, that's adorable. So, yeah, that's awesome. Is your sister here as well?
No, she is she is dead.
Sorry. Well, if it helps anything, like death is beautiful. Death is very, it's nice. We all go there once, and you know, I'm feeling that this isn't landing the way I would like to. I meant it comforting. I've seen a lot of dead people, and they're very peaceful. It's very nice.
Okay.
God, I love this, Larea.
This bitch is crazy.
I need to whiff social interactions more. This is so much fun.
I think perhaps sailing might be good for you. You might go see a little more of the world.
Sorry?
It's just, you know, I don't think saying that corpses are beautiful is a typical normal thing.
Oh, but they are. Oh, you have no idea. They're so beautiful. There is this beautiful cemetery back in Tazazraela, and I'll just sort of rattle on about some grave digging I did. And then this and this happened, and it's gorgeous. You can only appreciate life if you appreciate death.
My culture does appreciate death. Sometimes we hang the dead bodies of sailors in the sea so that they float, and we call it a floating graveyard, so that when people sail by, they know not to fuck with us.
Yeah, we're sort of on the same page. I don't usually hang my bodies out, but I have, and I'll pull out Maurice's head. No, not Maurice's, her girlfriend's head. Out of my bag. It's just a memento, you know.
And she like looks around and then like sort of reaches beneath her armor and like pulls out a small necklace, and on it you can see like a vast arrangement of different teeth. She's like, I also collect things.
I'll pull out a teeth and I'll offer it to her.
And then like braids it into the necklace.
I'll put the head back in my belongings. See, it's beautiful. All those memories. How many memories do you think you carry around your neck? All those people. How many lives you are carrying around with you? Isn't that a
Hopefully
beautiful
none,
thing?
because they are all dead.
Well, that's a fair assessment, I suppose. You know, I'm technically dead.
What?
Mhm. I really only eat or drink out of politeness. I don't actually need to, nor do I need to breathe.
But eating is the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure.
And drinking. I had not drunk what this was the surface dwellers drank before because, well, it's kind of hard to drink liquids underwater. But I really like alcohol. It's one of my favorite things.
I thought it would be really easy to drink underwater, actually. That's surprising. You
Well,
should
it sort of
talk to
just like
Gio about
disperses
eating.
everywhere, and then everybody is drunk, so it doesn't work.
Even better. Oh, okay.
Well,
I
not
think you
if
should
you're
talk to
trying to
Gio
like
about
drink discreetly and it just goes everywhere.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I really only ever ate for practical purposes. You know, if you live on the streets, it's not exactly a feast that you're eating. So, I guess I just never really learned the finer tastes.
Why wouldn't you not eat if you lived on the streets?
Well, I did eat, just only what I needed to. It's not always that good.
Why?
Well, you know, rats are kind of like stringy, and the bread you get is usually stale because they throw it out, and you have to steal it from the trash can, right? And you sometimes get gruel, but that's really only leftovers, and they don't always rigorously check uh, if it's good still. So you know, sometimes it's off and you vomit. So I don't know.
And then you watch as Sarah's like, do you remember when we went to that port town in Telsura, and there were those children that had no parents, and you watch as Rithy's like, oh yes, sorry, I forget. We don't do the sort of if I have more money, I am better sort of thing that you guys carry out. It's like more of a, are you hungry? Yes, here's some food.
Well, I need to go there. I need to see that. Maybe we can implement it
Can you
in
breathe underwater and survive the pressure of the deep ocean?
brief, yes, but no, but yes. Pressure, I don't know. We can find it out.
I mean, I wouldn't mind to take you there, because if you accidentally died, then I would just, hang your body.
Nice. I'll have to check with my patron if he would be okay with me dying, but someday we should.
Is he like your boyfriend?
My boyfriend?
Yes, you said your patron. I don't know what that is.
Well, yes, I was thinking of something really different. Okay, no, he's not my boyfriend. No.
I was gonna say, because if your boyfriend was that controlling, then you should not be with him.
Well, no, he's not. It's not controlling. We are partners. We are super equal, me and my patron. He's no. He's
Why would
not
you need to
controlling.
check with him then?
So, have you ever experienced anything cool or?
Sure. I don't know what you would find cool, so, but yes.
Okay, real talk. I want to hear your cool stories, but I'll just motion to huddle. You can tell me. What's the lamp oil really?
She looks at Sarah, and Sarah shakes her head and looks back at you. It's lamp oil. You for their lamps.
Stop it. I'm not an idiot. What is it? Come on.
I can't tell you. That's
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. We get paid not to say.
will it take you? What will it take for you to tell me?
I can't tell you, but my watch of the brig is coming out soon, and maybe I get bored.
I'll take note of that.
Do I overhear any of this?
If you want to, yeah. You are, even without rolling, naturally you are quite stealthy, and none of these people have high enough passive perception to be able to tell if you want
I
to
don't.
observe them.
My passive is
except
11.
maybe
Good luck.
maybe Vrathi does. Nope. She's too busy. She's with her girlfriend. She doesn't notice. But yeah, absolutely.
I'll clock what. Yeah, I'll just clock what they said. I won't like visibly react.
I have no idea that he clocks that. I think I'm being super sneaky with my social interaction.
You're not, by the way. But yeah, the rest of the night is pretty much some drinking, a little bit of dice games, and then everyone, like I said, turns in and the other crew take over. So if there's anything you guys want to do for this night, otherwise we will pick up in the next morning.
We can pick up.
I'm gonna wake up in the morning and climb back on the boat.
Yeah, as you make your way up, you notice that Vrathi is there, and she's like looking down at you and like nodding to herself. She's like, "You can hold your breath for a very long time."
Oh, thank you. It's natural, kind of.
Either way, I thought it was cool, and she like wanders off.
That was weird. I need to find food. I'm gonna like go back down to the kitchen and see if they're making anything.
Yeah, it looks like he's cooking up some fish that they caught that morning. You sort of noticed a series of harpoons hit the water. One of them almost hit you, and that's why you woke up. It was like to see like a harpoon going past your head. But they're making some fried fish for the morning.
I just sit down right behind him and just wait.
It's like looks at like the size of you, and he's like, 2 seconds, and passes you a small plate of fish, and then you can hear him like shout, "Vrathi, we need a bigger fish!" And you hear a splash above deck, and there's about a 5-minute wait, and then like some footsteps that are a little heavy, and then on like the large wooden oak table where some of the crew eat, there's another one where there's been some breakfast things that have been put out. She sort of you watch as the cook brushes his hand and pushes some of it off, and a hammerhead shark's corpse just lands on the top portion of this massive table as Vrathi sort of like hoiks it off of her shoulder, and the cook begins to like cut into it and remove some of its guts, and is like busy going about it, and then cutting off pieces and beginning to fry it, and then anytime it's done is just sort of like passes it straight back to you.
I just like keep dumping the plate and handing back the plate. And I'll do that as long as he feeds me.
It's literally just keeps, it's like a rotation, and every now and then he'll hand one to a crew member that walks by, and for the two of you, you wake up a little bit later, not by much, a couple of minutes later than he did, and you walk out to see this half-gutted, quite large hammerhead shark in the middle of the kitchen, the galley, rather, just there, and like Geo sitting on a bench being handed pieces of food.
I will grab some food that's nowhere near Geo.
But yeah, the morning that morning is you can tell it's a little bit rougher. Once you're done with breakfast, as you come up onto the top deck, you can see heavy grey clouds are beginning to form. A little bit of rain has begun to fall as it sort of slicks the wood of the deck, and you can hear the waves slapping the hull. That was really like dirty description that I was giving. I don't like that. And there's like spray that falls over the sail. Yeah, like slick and slapping the hull, and too much.
Don't do it again.
And you can see that a couple of crew are being ordered by Sarah to lash any loose gear as the waves do begin to climb, and you can tell the ship is pitching and yawing a little bit.
I will probably stay below deck.
Okay.
I'm not going to be much use if things go bad.
I'm gonna go sit on a cannon.
Yeah, they are tied up, but they do move ever so slightly on their wheels, and you can just see like Geo like every now and then just move back a bit and then forward a bit, just like enjoying the movement. Lorea, what would you like to do?
Larea just wants hot goss. Like, what's there to do there?
It looks like everyone, like I said, is like lashing stuff down, like running about, trying to make sure everything's safe. Because they know that it's about to get really bumpy.
Yeah.
You can see the
I'll try and see if I can make
quartermaster-
myself actually useful.
Yeah, if
Sorry.
you want, you can make a survival check.
Ooh. 11.
I'd see you notice one barrel sort of like tips and begins rolling towards the back of the ship, and you go to like try and grab it, and it sort of slips out of your grip and hits the back wall, and you can see it begins to leak this sort of viscous black resin out of the barrel. You obviously missing to stop it from breaking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can fix this. I think. I can't. I can actually not do anything about that. I don't have mending.
Yeah, you watch as one of the probably the quartermaster like quickly runs up. You can see he grabs a thick piece of leather, sort of wipes it in the liquid on the ground, and then slaps it across the crack of the barrel, and is just holding it there, trying to wait until it seals. I'd say that you know that this is like a tar oil, and it's quite flammable, and there's a little bit of it on the deck, but it's slowly being washed away by bits of the rain.
No.
You notice that the rain is getting quite dense, that the horizon has disappeared a little bit. There's like a low cloud as well, so like a little bit of fog, but it's mainly just the visibility from the rain is getting a little bit more difficult to see anything. After a little while, you notice as Pip, the lookout that used to be the first mate, calls down that something is drifting on the port side, looking like a bit of a wreck. And through the fog, you can see about 200 feet off the port bow, there's a derelict longboat that's half submerged. There's a torn sail that flaps limply, and you can tell the ship sort of like turns towards it a little bit, steering closer to investigate almost, as Captain Pikeline moves the wheel. Anything you'd like to do?
Is Geo on deck, or can we see
Yeah.
him?
I'm sitting on one of the cannons, just like riding it with the ship going back and forth.
Just making sure it's not him that they're spotting.
He's so big, he looked like a longboat. No. he is on deck.
I will come up to see what to like investigate the commotion, because probably shouldn't 2 battles in a row be off somewhere else.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I really only have light in terms of spells, so I can light something up, but I don't yet see how that would be helpful. So I'll just gaze from afar, I suppose.
Can throw fire at it.
Don't do that.
Worm should be sitting on a cannon.
Let's not fire at ghost chips quite yet. Do we see any sort of activity on the ship? Because I'm thinking ghost ship. It looks dead.
Make me
That
a
doesn't
perception
mean
check.
there's nothing. Come on, give me some. Oh my god. 4.
No, you sort of like look out. You can't really tell anything on there other than the longboat, and the ship is slowly getting closer, and it's about 60 feet away.
Yeah, no, I've no idea. I'm just. Others have to do this for me. I'm helpless on a ship. I'm just as helpless here as in the wild. I'm really a city person. It's awful.
Yeah, I will just stay out of the way, but keep an eye on the whatever they are dragging up or doing.
Yeah, the ship gets closer and closer, and you watch as the figure of a couple of sailors. You can see some of them, like one of them speared on the remnants of a mast, and you can see like blood is slowly trickling out. Another one is like completely not decapitated, cut in half, and his torso is lying next to him. But one of them you can see is sort of clinging to the top portion of the remnants of the longboat and sort of like waving his arms at the ship.
Do they appear armed? Are they wearing any like colors that would indicate where they're from?
Make me another perception check.
Gladly. Oh, that's just a 21.
Nice.
Why do
It
you get
looks
all the
like
control?
very simple, like sailor's clothing. There's a mishmash of different colors. It doesn't look like they have any weapons. They're just standing with sort of one leg. How you do where you like wrap one leg around a banister and put your foot behind it, so he can just use both of his hands as he's signaling for you guys to approach. I'd say with that high of a roll, you do notice that as the ship gets closer and closer, rather than what you thought was him waving for help, he's trying to usher the ship away from him.
Oh, note that to the nearest person who looks like they could do something about it.
Okay. Yeah, make me a either a performance or a persuasion to sort of shout above as the rain is hitting hard and remnants of thunder and lightning, as you shout up towards Captain Pike, who is at the wheel, that he should probably steer away from whatever this might be.
That is a dirty 20.
Woo! God damn. Dirty 20. Yeah, you watch as the ship begins to turn, and then it is still carrying part of its movement, so the back end is actually closer, as he is desperately trying to get the ship to turn. As that happens, you watch as a dark bulk slides past underneath the water, and you can hear like a wet gurgling sound as you watch one of the crew. His leg is caught from underneath him, and he is torn off the ship and beneath the waves. Can everybody roll initiative for me, please?
Yes.
Just so I have it.
Jesus! I rolled a 2! Or a 3. What is with tonight? I've not rolled above a 10 tonight.
That's a gentleman's 18.
Can you share some of those dice rolls with me?
I got a 16. Vaughn and I both rolled a 14. He just does a better plus.
I didn't write those down. Tell me again.
18 for Ku.
Okay,
16 for Geo.
16 for
3
Gio.
for Larea.
3 for That's funny.
No, it's not!
I mean, no, it's not. What? Crazy.
It's again, canonically, Larea is dog shit if she's not in a city. Been confirmed once again, out of her depth.
I'm just trying not to break the ship because we're going to be on it for a few days, so I'm doing stupid activities.
I
Yeah,
just
because
wanted
you
some hot
would
broth
be the
and I
one
just
that'd be like,
insulted.
whoops, I broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we go over to Tillspire? Sorry.
No,
Is it
because
feature of the mind?
I forgot to set something up.
That's fine. I did not open Tillspire, so I was hoping we shouldn't have to.
It shouldn't be that confusing. Okay, Q, you are up first as you watch as springing onto the deck is this. It looks like a humanoid with very fish-like features. You can see green scales, like yellow undertones. They're carrying like a long staff, and they sort of like holding what looks to be the remnants of a leg in the other hand, as they like tear a piece and like throw it over the side. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming that this thing looks bad
Yes.
and like it wants to kill us.
Well, it's just
Okay.
a piece of a human's foot, so yes.
Hey, you never know. Maybe that person deserved it. I'm gonna bonus action Evil Eye, whatever the hell just jumped on the ship, so it needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Let me just grab that. I'll put this there. That'll work. Charisma saving throw. 15.
Fuck. Alright, well that didn't work. Is it near any of my allies?
I would say that it sprung up onto the deck. I'd say it's probably right near Geo. As you are like sitting on this cannon, you watch all this happen, and like this big fish-like creature just leaps onto the deck of the ship.
Cool. That is a dirty 20 to shoot it with one of my crossbows.
Ooh, that hits, baby.
No, not that curse. There it is. 6 plus another 9 is 15 points of piercing damage.
God damn. Awesome. Yeah, you watch that bolt just hit him in the shoulder, and he just begins hissing as that sort of like a black, bluish blood begins to trickle down.
And then I will not, if to the extent I need to move, I'm not trying to be near either side of the boat. Any of the 4 of them that there are. Trying to be like middle of the deck.
Sure.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. This creature is gonna go as it notices the two of you, it is going to go for Ku. As he sort of raises up that staff, you watch as a ball of lightning begins to form and sort of shoots your way. That is a 19 to hit.
It's fucking rude. Yeah, that hits. I will uncanny dodge. I use my reaction to half whatever damage I'm about to take.
Probably a good idea. That is 19 points of lightning damage, so 9 for you.
That didn't feel great.
He's then going to go again, which is a miss, and the third one is a 14.
Nope. Yeah, you heard him right.
Yeah.
No, that misses AC 16.
Awesome.
Thankfully.
Gio, you're up. I'd say you're within 10 feet of this guy.
Is my cannon facing towards him that I'm sitting on?
It's facing out to sea.
Damn it.
That would be
Can I
cool,
take
though. I appreciate the try.
Can I take Alstar and cut the rope and then face it towards him?
It is loaded.
I love this party.
I know. And
I would
could
say
use-
it would take your. I would say it would take an attack action to cut the ropes, and then if you want, you can try and grapple the cannon and move it, because that is all one turn. So it would take your full turn and movement, but yes, that is something you could do if you manage to cut the rope. So if
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
roll an
try.
attack, absolutely.
That was a 24.
Yeah, you just slam Dreadful down. The rope snaps immediately, and you watch as Geo sort of just heavily moving this cannon on its wheels to face this creature, who sort of like looks around, a little bit confused about what this thing is in front of him. I'd say that's your action and your movement as well, so you still have a bonus action if you want to use that.
Okay. I am just going to get very, very, very big. That will be my turn.
Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at what it was. You will watch as a couple more of these creatures leap onto the boat. Some of them holding like a trident, one of them just with claws in hand, and begin attacking some of the crew. You watch as Sarah and Vrithra begin each combating their own creature. You look up and see Captain Pike is busy like fending off two with a rapier, as is his dashing fashion. But Larea, I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, you feel a long tentacle wrap around your leg, and immediately before it can wrap tight, just like hoik your foot out of the way. If you want, you can make a perception check as you sort of like look over to see what this thing was.
Sure. 10.
I mean, it is good enough that you sort of like follow the tentacle and look down, and you can see this large mass in the water. You can tell that it does have some form of humanoid torso that's slowly being crawled up the side of the ship. It's really long in the spine and has like thick, sharp, pale scales that run down the back. It seems to move and shift color as like a reptilian head looks up at you with like 3 rows of teeth that like sharp as needles, and just begins to like clamp down in anticipation of of consuming you. That is
Nah.
that, which is its attack action. So that is its turn. It's going to use movement. It is crawling up onto the deck, and I'd say it's within 10 feet of you, Lorea.
Okay.
Put Geo here. Whereabouts on the deck would you have stood, Lorea?
Somewhere in the middle, I think. Wherever that barrel landed.
Okay.
That barrel with oil. Being useless.
Yeah, I've got it. Okay, it is your turn. So it is about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. I will start with my bonus action and go into Form of Dread.
Okay.
I will gain 14 temporary hit points.
Nice.
I love that for me. For my action, that's a bonus action, so I won't do that. I will cast probably just Eldritch Blast. Let me remind myself how many beams. 3 beams. So beam number 1 on creature. Oh my god, 11.
Is miss.
23.
Is a hit.
Nice. Okay, that will be 10 force damage and 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then my third beam is a dirty 20.
Hits.
So that will be 3 force damage and 8 necrotic damage.
Amazing. I love it. Anything else?
I want to make sure that I move out of the way of Geo's cannon.
You are not in the way of it. No.
Cool, then I stay put.
Please don't.
If it's susceptible to being frightened, it must make a wisdom save twice because it got hit twice, or be frightened.
It's immune.
Of course it is. The use of warlock.
I didn't do that
Useless
deliberately. That was just something I noticed. I thought it was funny.
warlock. Then I won't ask again. That's it.
Okay. Ku, you're up.
All right, so there's the one guy who is
One guy's next to
facing
Geo,
me.
and then a big, weird tentacle being is currently halfway up the side of the ship. No, it's on.
All right.
Sorry, it's just reached the top of the ship.
And how's the guy squaring up with Geo look?
It looks all right, not bad. He's like, you can see that blood sort of dribbling from the crossbow bolt, but he's more than capable to fire off a lightning at you, so it looks okay.
All right, I'm gonna bonus action Evil Eye again, so it needs to make another Charisma save.
Charisma save going. Charisma. Dirty 20, baby.
All right, in that case, I'm just gonna shoot him again with my crossbow. Oof, 14 to hit.
14 is a hit.
Okay.
You notice that he's not wearing much in terms of armor. In fact, he could be wearing a little bit more clothing, as you can see, like a loosely fitting loincloth of rags around his crotch.
Well, that's another 15 piercing damage from me.
Okie dokie.
And then I'm gonna move so that I'm not in the line of fire for where Geo is about to,
Yeah, I'd
shoot
say
his cannon.
you just move like 5 feet to your right, as you notice that it's just might hit you, and you're like, I'm gonna move out of the way of that. Anything else?
And that'll be my turn. Nope.
Nope. Yes.
No. Nothing else from me.
Okay. You watch as he sort of brings both hands on the staff and brings it down onto the deck of the ship. You watch as this destructive energy ripples outwards towards you and Geo and Lorea. So I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
13.
14.
Also a 14.
Where is his? What is the DC?
13. I'm pretty sure the DC's.
Probably a 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or 12.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, so the DC was 14. Who made 14? Did anyone make it? Yeah, let's go. So, on a failed save,
I'm gonna cry.
that is 5d6.
No, it isn't.
Hey, can't cry if you're double dead.
18, 20. So you take 23 points of thunder damage as this wave echoes outwards, as well as.
As well as?
17 points of necrotic damage as it like. And you are prone as you hit the deck. For the boys, you guys take 10, 13, 11, 18,
I'm gonna uncanny dodge.
18 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
What a
As he sort
terrible
of like
special-
brings that staff down and that wave goes out, that is his destructive wave ability.
I
Geo,
realized we found the BBEG already. Jesus.
Geo, what would you like to do with this cannon that you now have? It's facing this creature. You know it's been loaded because you watched one of the crew put cannonball in it earlier.
I'm just gonna take my hand, smile at it, and then cast Firebolt towards the wick at the back of the cannon.
Amazing, yeah. Roll to hit. I will quickly look up at what cannon's AC is.
25.
That does it. Like even the wetness, even the wet from the rain is just obliterated as this wick is dried and ignited in an instant as that fireball hits. And if you can for me, although it is facing this creature, he might, I don't know, dodge out the way. So if you can roll a d20 and then plus 6. 15 is a hit. He has an AC of 13. And then if you can roll me 8d10 for me, as this cannon is just ignited and you hear that like thunderous boom as that cannonball goes scoring towards this creature.
44.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, and since I am a giant, I get to add a d6 for my giant smite.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Plus
Why
5.
not? Yeah, as you you just like keep an eye, you move to your right, and in an instant it's just like I will say a back portion of the ship you watch splinter away as this cannonball just goes soaring through it. Captain Pike up at the top is like, "Stop blowing holes in my ship," and then like looks down at you.
I killed the guy though, or at least hopefully mostly.
You watch as I will say that this creature is moved 5 feet backwards, as it's like caught off by this this cannonball. I even say like part of his shoulder's gone. It's holding the staff in the other hand. You can just see this singed and disgusting looking bruised rib cage. That is your action. Anything else that you'd like to do after doing that? Doing that?
Since I have 2 attacks per action, can I run up on him with Alistar since I'm close enough?
Yes. Technically, that was an attack, so yes, you may.
That's
close
16 to hit.
16 hits.
And And that is 9 damage plus the 6 from Alistar because I'm going to expend a charge.
Amazing. So that is 15. Action, movement, anything else?
Nope, I don't have a bonus action I can do.
Okay. With you prone, Lorea, this creature is going to... it is going to wrap its tentacles around you and sort of drag itself into you with those like teeth like sinking into your side. Because it has advantage. That is a natural 20. And someone isn't here to stop me.
You just hear Bellini. I'm going to burn a luck point.
Oh, I rolled 2 1s. What the fuck is that? 12. So that is 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
I'm not good at those. I rolled a 7.
You are now grappled and restrained.
Super. I love that.
As you begin to feel those tentacles coil around your horizontal body and just begin to crush inwards. It is your turn, however.
Super. Bonus action. I will do Celestial Revelation.
Okay, yes, because that doesn't require anything.
That doesn't require anything. Let me double check if I get health points for that. No, I don't. Only with my form of dread. That's fine. Necrotic shout, yada 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 yada, becomes frightened, but he's immune, so fuck that.
You can
chill
remake
touch.
the strength save at the end of your turn.
Okay. I will chill touch him, since we're in wrestling.
You are incapacitated, so you can't take any actions.
Not even with disadvantage? Okay, I'll end my turn and do my strength saving throw.
Oh, wait, no, I read the wrong thing. You are fine to do that. You may do that.
Thank God. Okay, chill touch.
Attack, so it is with disadvantage.
Yes. Well, the first one was 14, and that's going to be the lowest one.
Is a 14 is a miss. And then,
That's it then.
What was your strength save?
7.
Okay, you are still grappled and restrained. Who? It is your turn. I would say you are, just for your information, you are currently 10 feet away from Lorea and 15 feet away from this creature. You are 10 feet away from the creature that has just been blown to pieces, and Geo is right next to him.
Yeah, Geo seems like he has that one handled. I'm gonna start shooting the tentacle.
Sure.
Help!
Uh,
I'm a damsel in distress. I need a strong man to save me.
sorry, just reading my evil eye to figure out if that would help. Why not? I'm gonna try to evil eye the tentacle, so it needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, amazing. I don't know
And it's
if I
minus
have
10
good
on charisma, right?
Please tell me this isn't a charismatic tentacle.
I might
hope
change
not.
alliances if it is.
I've lost where charisma. That's a 4.
Finally, okay. So it is marked by my evil eye.
Okay.
Rest of that doesn't really matter right now. I'm gonna attack it with a crossbow bolt.
Mhm.
God damn, that's only a 13.
Is a miss.
Well, I tried. That's it.
Okay.
Actually, no. Fuck it. I'll spend my reaction and a jinx point to use. What the hell is it called? Curse of the Doomed. So I get to make
Ooh.
a second weapon attack as part of my action when I miss.
I love that. Do it.
19 to hit that time.
19 is a hit. Absolutely.
There we go. Finally not rolling a 1 on that damage die. Oh. Oh, God. That's 26 points of piercing damage.
Oh, god damn. Okay.
Turns out I just needed to stop firing at that one dude.
Yeah.
And that will be the end of my turn. I'm not gonna move. Well, I'll try if I can to find somewhere with a bit of cover, like even half cover.
Okay.
Mostly from the dude who can shoot lightning at me. That sucked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can find like a couple of barrels to hide behind. That's that goes. So it's now this guy's. You watch as he raises a hand up towards Geo. I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Me as in Geo?
Yes.
14.
Meets it, beats it. So that's
Nice.
that. And then he's going to sort of wave his hand up, and you watch as this shimmering green energy begins to form around him. He's going to cast Shield of Faith. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and attack him with All-Star.
Yeah, fuck that dude up.
The first one I miss.
Okay.
The second one I also miss, so I'm going to invoke my second wind, or not second wind.
Action surge.
Yeah. So I can try and attack him again. Damn it! Okay, I miss again. And then the last one I got a 24.
24 is a hit.
Okay. So he takes 11 plus 4, and then I'm going to Astral Spark to have him take an additional 3.
Okay, how would you want to do that? As you bring Dreadfall on top of him.
Oh, I just straight down as hard as I can. I'm trying to break his other arm.
Oh,
and
okay.
get the staff.
You watch as this body is just crumpled beneath the weight of this hammer. He is just instantly, like, part of his side is just squished against the deck. He is very much dead. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That is all I can do.
Okay. You watch as this creature sort of moves itself around, and then make a check to see if it can see coup, which it can. I need both you.
Oh, yeah.
I need.
I was gonna say I'm not hiding.
Yeah, I need all three of you
God.
to make a dexterity saving throw. And
Christ.
Lorraine, yours is at disadvantage.
Well, it's
Say
yeah, 9.
22 for me.
Okay, that's a
15
pass.
for me.
That is a pass. Where's my other dice gone? I have so much dice. Why can't I find the one I want? Oh, there it is. 22. Okay, so Lorraine, you take 22 necrotic damage, so it's 11 for you, and 11 for the other two. And And
I have 1 HP.
14 poison damage for Larea and 7 for Geo and Ku.
Okay.
I'm down.
By 1 HP.
Awesome. Geo, you
I had
watch.
3.
Geo, you watch
Was not
as,
doing much better.
As this mouth with all of those teeth opens up and a brackish, like black, foul water is just sprayed across all 3 of you. It then begins moving backwards at half speed, dragging Lorea's limp body as it begins to move towards the edge of the ship to... It's gonna try and leave. With Lorea in its tentacles. It is your turn. Ku, do you want me to, and Lorea, do you want your Death Souls secret, or do you want to roll them?
No, you roll
you
them.
roll
If you kill
mine.
Larea, it's your fault.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll mine. I don't want to know.
Let me roll Ku's. And
You know, I know we were talking about backup characters. You didn't need to make us use them this quick.
I can heal you guys.
okay. Geo, it is your turn. What do you want to do? I'd say this thing,
quick question.
it was 15 feet away. It's now moved. So it's about 30 feet away from you. It's right at the edge of the ship.
Did I gain an extra soul?
Yes, if you want to do that, you may. I'd say as Ku, as you're sort of passing out, you watch as a portion of this creature's body, you watch like a green aquamarine wisp sort of lifts into the air and is sucked into part of the hammer, and the chains begin to glow red.
I have 3 souls now, like, and just so you're aware, I maxed it.
Cool. Love that.
But I am going to run over and try and hit him with Alistar. The first one I missed. I got a natural 1. The second one I got a nat 20.
Let's go. So is the total max roll of your dice. So total max roll of anything you would be rolling, and then plus
Okay,
all your
so-
modifiers.
1 sec. I need to do some math. I'm bad at math. That's 25. That's 41 damage.
Damn! Goddamn!
And that's with me using Astral Spark, so.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, can I throw a potion of healing on both Lyra and Ku?
You can't. To give someone a potion of healing is a full action.
Ah, damn. Okay. That ends my turn.
Okay.
Fine. I'm sure there are some weird sailors on this boat that happen to be looking to go on an adventure.
It's gonna use its action to dash, as you watch part of its body begins to slip down the side of the ship, and into the water with Lorea.
No, that's cool. That's fine.
Ku, you are still on top of the ship, unconscious. Geo, it is your turn.
Sorry, I need to think. Either I'm saving one or I'm saving the other. I can't save both.
I mean, I've whiffed everything, so just save Ku, because he hits things.
I am in the safer position.
To cast Cure Wounds on Ku.
Mhm.
So he heals for 7.
Okay.
And then can I drink a potion myself as a bonus action?
As a bonus action, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Am I
I'm going-
right in guessing what that potion is? You're so clever
Yeah,
for
it's
buying
potion.
those, by the way. That is I mean, you wasted one, but that is clever.
Did you really think I wasn't gonna waste one?
No, it's you, of course.
Why
you
you
were.
need it too?
I'm surprised you didn't
Yeah.
waste two. Yeah.
But yeah, I drink a potion of water breathing and then jump in the water.
Okay. Cure wounds is no longer touch, if I remember right.
Yeah, it is touch. So I do
Ah.
have to walk over to Q.
Wow, that's pants. Okay, so that is. Oh, you can do it on the way. That's fine.
Okay,
What is your speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah, I'd say if you run and just don't stop your momentum, you are just going to fall off the edge anyway, so.
That's
You did make a
exactly what I
nice
do.
hole in it
Yeah,
earlier.
I don't think
Yeah.
movement counts if you're falling, because that's not conscious movement. So I'm just going to count that you, because you were 25 feet from the edge, so I'm just going to count that you run off the edge and fall. So yes, absolutely, you sort of like, as this creature, it does it more gracefully. It just like slips into the water. You watch as Geo's massive form just almost cannonballs into it. And you are now on top of this thing at the same time. It is going to try and attack you for trying to interrupt its kill. Its food. First one is a miss.
Get it. do the
Second one is 25.
That hits.
That is 10 slashing damage as it out at you. You notice as the suckers hit you, they all have like tiny teeth in them that begin to like clench into your arm. I need you to make a athletics check for me. And your DC
I have
is
advantage
14.
on that. So my first one is an 18, and I'll just take the 18.
Yeah, I'd say it begins to wrap around, and you actually just like pull your arm and watch as a piece of tentacle just rips from the other one. So it can't grab you either. Cool. As you come to life, still slightly bleeding, you watch. I'd say it's enough time to watch Geo just leap off the deck of the ship. You notice Lorraine is not there, so you can put some. You're intelligent enough to put some things together. Absolutely. What would you like to do? You're about 15 feet from the edge.
Yeah, I will run over to the edge and take a couple shots at this tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Main hand is... Oh, that's a nat 20. So I am going to use my
yeah.
reaction to Curse of Debilitated, so give me a moment.
I love fun things.
It just lets me do an extra d12 of necrotic. All right, so that is...
Sorry, I just read the chat. That's funny.
It works out because you're unconscious, though. Vaughn, remember it's max dice, whatever.
Oh yeah, I had to pull up a calculator because...
This is so cool.
that is 62 points of damage.
Oh my! How do you want to do this? Describe to me as who lines up that shot.
Yeah, I think I have to use like the momentum of the ship, like going back and forth, to roll over to the edge and just an arrow straight down into whatever this thing's fucking mouth is.
Yeah, awesome. I'd say, Geo landing on him. You've, as he tried to grapple you, you sort of like pulled back part of his head, and this crossbow bolt just comes straight in, piercing all the way down, and you just hear this soft gurgling sound as all this black liquid begins to like rush up. It does take a little bit, and the creature begins to go limp as Lorea's body sort of floats to the top. You are out of initiative, but for the sake of what's going to happen, I need you to keep going. So, Geo, it is your turn. What would you like to do as this thing dies in front of you?
Did it have anything that I thought was shiny or cool on it?
No, as far as you can tell, no. No, this
Okay.
deep aberration did not look like it had anything that you would consider worth
Okay.
finding.
I'll swim up to where Lyria floated to. I'll open a potion of healing and then dump it in her mouth.
Okay.
I was gonna
And then I'll just
say-
like hang on to her.
Yeah. You watch as two more of these fish creatures' bodies are thrown off the edge and like splash, and Rathi's face appears, and she's like, and then like jumps in to help you bring Lorena back onto the deck. You can see a couple of crew are like nursing some wounds, tying up some stuff. Sarah's wrapping a bandage around someone's leg. The smushed corpse they haven't quite managed to get rid of, and is just kind of squished onto the deck.
I'll go see what is left in that corpse as I push
Absolutely.
it overboard.
Sure. But yes,
That's an
Lorena,
investigation.
yes, please. You sort of wake up to see Geo's face as you're floating in the sea, the remnants of tentacles wrapped around you, as Vrathi like dives in to help bring you up.
18 investigation check.
Yeah, you find a small salt-stained silver locket with the initials AV in the lid, and it's got a tiny portrait of a very young boy.
Not at all creepy.
Gold. We like gold. You find 100 gold in this creature's pocket pouch thing in amongst its loincloth. And with an 18, there's something else. What was it? You find a small like leather pouch. It's got like some form of like translucent moss in the inside. This can be used as drift glow ink, so you can shed dim light for 10 foot for an hour. It's worth about 50 gold.
Got it.
How much healing did the healing potion do?
It would be max since I used it as a full action, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Or is that?
Normally
it
you'd
was a
roll for
regular
it, but
potion of
it
healing.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It's
The potion is 2d4 plus 2, so 10.
yeah.
Got it.
You watch as some crew members bring out some brooms and are just beginning to like slosh this dark green blood off of the deck. Captain Pike up the top is cleaning off his rapier and sheaths it, begins shouting at some crew members. He does look over to Ku and sort of gives him a little thumbs up, and then goes about being more charming than he's probably meant to. What would you guys, anything else you'd like to do?
Well, Lorea's just
No.
full rig girl. Samara, like slumped over, slowly rising and being like, fucking hate today. And just fuck off somewhere.
Before all the tentacles are like kicked off the ship, can I take one to the cook and see if he'll cook it for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me a Constitution save as you sort of chomp down into this tentacle.
22.
most mortals, no, most humanoids wouldn't be able to process this sort of thing within their gut. But as you're just chomping away, it tastes a little like octopus. It's a little inky though. There's like a very metallic feel to it, a little oily. But apart from that, it's pretty good.
I just eat it all, and then I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay. The rest of the day, the crew just spend like healing up, resting anyone that got injured. The weather does begin to sort of become a little bit more calm, and the rain does subside. And Captain Pike informs you that they will be going into port the next morning, probably late morning, and it shouldn't be too long until you guys can be on a little bit of solid ground, at least for the time being. But yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do before you head off to bed?
Not I.
Not I.
No.
No.
Sulk. That's what I want to do.
Okay. The next morning comes very late for some of you, as you need a little bit more time to sort of sleep in, to be honest, and rest. And the sea's calmed, and the deck still smells a little odd and fishy, and salt has begun to like crust over the rails. Ahead, through the haze of the fog, you do on the horizon, very far in the distance, begin to see that the ship has turned inwards towards the coastline, and it will be coming into port, like he said. Once again, the crew, same as normal. Sarah, you know she has a bandage on her leg at the moment, and is sort of like hobbling as she helps people do some stuff.
Do we have any notion of where we're docking?
You haven't asked?
Sarah?
She's sort of
Where
like
are we?
hobbles her way over. Hi. Yes, sorry. What was your question?
Where are we docking? Where are we?
Oh, well, we crossed Mullenberg Ridge last night. We should be coming into Port Cauldron anytime soon, I think.
Okay. Cool.
Do
Thanks.
you need anything? Are you okay? I did see that you had a little bit of a harder time.
Oh, I've had worse.
What
I'm
was
fine.
that? What was that stuff you were doing with that energy that came from your hands? What was that?
Well, it was just a little bit of eldritch magic and necrotic magic. Just a little bit of a mix.
She sort of like blinks at you quite blankly.
It's from the dead, essentially.
Oh,
I did say they were beautiful.
That's creepy as hell.
Yes.
Are you a necromancer?
Well, that's a little derogatory, but yes. Yes, I'd say.
Oh.
Is that a problem?
I've said that, like, I've been told that they're more likely to be evil. So.
Oh, I'm not evil.
Well, I didn't think so, but you know, if you're a necromancer.
Just what an evil person would say.
I'm not evil.
I'm not evil, I swear. Guys, come back. No.
Okay, so let me put it this way. I'm not evil. I I'm usually very good at talking, just not in a very nice way, which is why yesterday was a bit weird, maybe. But it's not for evil purposes, if that's what you're worried about. It's for the good of the people. I just have a different... I'm not evil, I'm just mean, exactly. It's just have a different way of approaching things than most.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's not that bad.
Is your leg all right?
I mean, yeah, it'll be a couple of weeks, but
Weeks.
Yeah.
I'll cast something. A healing spell. I need to know which it's called. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's so chaotic. The character sheet. Where is it? Oh, it's in my features. It is healing hands. There we go. I'll healing hands her leg.
What does it look like as you sort of rub your hands together and place them on her leg?
No. I'll take her bandage off.
Don't worry about it.
I'll take her bandage off. And I don't think Lorea's one to shy away from nasty ass wounds. And she'll put her hands on, and instead of like this beautiful clericy radiant light, instead she's going to suck like black ichor from the wound into herself. Sort of reverse the wound, and have it heal up. So she's sort of absorbing the energy.
Yeah, yeah. As you'd expect, you'd think like as we all watch Lorea put her hands that you'd see like golden light emanating and that healing warmth, but rather it's just like her hands are ever so slightly this like light purple glow as this black ichor, like you said, is drawn out and is levitating into your hand and sucking into the skin, and you watch as the wound begins to seal itself back up. And Sarah's like looking down at it a little bit shocked that it's quite cool, but at the same time a little grossed out as she watches all of this like go in, and then it begins to heal up. And she looks at it. Oh, thank you. I mean, it's a shame about my trousers, but thank you. That's so nice.
I'm sure Rappy doesn't mind.
Yeah, I suppose I am a badass.
Yes, that's completely what I meant. You're welcome.
And then she like flexes the leg and like puts a little bit more weight on it. Wow.
Do you have no healers on the ship?
Well, we do, but he was busy healing the more mortally wounded ones, and he can't do it all the time. You know, it takes out of him.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah. I can only do this once a day anyway, so you know, I don't know why I asked.
I wish I could use magic. That would be cool.
I teach you, but I'm a shit teacher, so. Sarah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite flower?
I'm not really that into flowers. I like kelp. Or like shells. But flowers are like, you know, they don't really last on a ship. They sort of wither quite quickly because the fresh water is for drinking.
But have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen a flower.
Yeah, of course I've seen flowers. I know what flowers are.
And what was the nicest one?
Oh, I like the ones that float on the water. What are those ones called? They're like white and like big petals.
Lilies.
Yeah, those ones.
I'll link up with Morrow psychically and convey that for Ashir to collect.
Yeah, you hear like a soft caw, and Morrow stops annoying the guy in the crow's nest just in time to clock what you're doing.
I'm sure you'll find ways to gain more power in the future, Sarah.
I mean, yeah, I'm working on my swordsmanship. Captain says that that's the best thing that we can do, and he's pretty good with his. So
As a piece of advice, take on a different name.
why?
You don't want to give your name out to just anyone.
I mean, okay. I mean, Sarah's not even my. I don't remember what my real name is.
Probably does it. I'm
Is
not
Lorraine
sure.
your name? Because that's the one you gave me.
For all intents and purposes, yes. But I know who gave it to me. I know it wasn't given to me by my parents. I don't know if they even gave me a name.
Who cares?
Just names have meaning and weight.
We call that guy Chum Bucket, and she like points at just this random man. He's a little ugly, but that's about it.
He'll be safe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no, just heed my words on that.
Sure. Okay. I mean, we're coming into port. Is there anything that you need from me, or?
I just imagine Loraya standing there like Wednesday. No, that'll be all.
Oh, okay. And then she begins shouting, but there's like an urgency to it, and you wouldn't expect like the voice coming from this 19-year-old. It's just like this boom across the whole ship as some of the crew like snap to attention and begin moving stuff. And it's about then that you notice that the coastline is beginning to slope into like that half moon little bit with fringed with different rocks and sandbar. You can see the masts of a couple of ships, and this coal smoke smell begins to lift on the wind. From the water, it looks like 100 different shipwrecks stacked into a hill. As you can still see, different hull ribs are serving as walls, and sails have become awnings, and the rooftops are like mismatched squares of driftwood and tin. If anyone wants, they can roll a history check for me.
Do it. I'm actually proficient in it. Watch me roll a 1. Oh, 15.
That's a nat 20 for a 21.
Okay. You've heard about this, Loraya. Koo's read about this. Like, he knows the extensive history.
Fucking nerd.
So Port Cauldron is about 2 days' ride from the Great Tower of Kravensash. It's the other side of the Mullenberg Ridge. It's technically not in anyone's territory, although Obscurum do lay claim to it. But it was originally a port town for pirates. It has since been taken over by different merchants and different consortiums, and it has a sister bay in northern Nivalir called Saltless Bay. And how they build their houses is they just take shipwrecks, and rather than buying new materials, just reconstruct them into homes. A lot of the trade in Port Cauldron is fish, whale oil, sea glass, contraband, a lot of smuggling contraband, and it's ruled over by like a dockmasters guild. It's ruled over by a guild. They do have like a saying, which is if it floats or sinks, you can buy it in Cauldron, as you can buy pretty much anything you'd want from a boat in this place. As the ship does come into the harbour, the docks are crowded with every different shape of boat. You can see like trawlers, massive hulking merchant ships, a couple of like half-sunk skiffs that maybe haven't been maintained and got a hole and are like tilted in. As gulls circle overhead, it does ease alongside, as a couple of people on the docks do turn your way a little curious, and you watch as a couple of them of like looking up and down at some of the crew, almost calculating something. But as it does pull into harbour, the gangplank goes down, and you watch some of the crew disembark. A couple of people sit and stay. The quartermaster, quite a large man, is like sat on the gangplank, just with his legs swinging, and he's watching all of the other people. From everything you've seen, there is no guards, as far as you could tell, other than the ones following merchants. So you would guess that there's no control. If someone wants to nick something from a ship, you have to defend your cargo. So that's why he's sitting there. And Sarah just like offers for you guys to disembark if you want to, and then goes about helping some of the cargo get lifted off. As she's doing that, do you want to roll anyone a perception check?
I'm blind.
16.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, the two of you, you hear like some clicks and like moving of metal as a couple of crates that you hadn't seen before are like lifted, and some of the crew are like carrying them down the gangplank, and then across onto the docks. And one like moves off towards a large set of scaffolds and half-built boats. Another one further into what appears to be some sort of central square market district. But it was the importance that you hadn't seen any of those crates before, even when you were having a little look around as they're carried off. Yeah, you sort of have free reign.
Okay. Well, anything you want to visit, boys?
You go eat about all their food.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, might as well go for a walk about town, see what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. With Geo leading the way, following his nose, he takes you towards that central square from where the harbour is. It's all built into a hill, so it all just like follows into one another. You see different wooden stalls covered with sails that have long been patched and resewn. You can see long clay ovens with fish smoking in it as merchants are shouting over different prices, and there's buckets of salted herring and dried fish, and you can see like for Larea, it's a little bit like makes her a little bit queasy, as like there's a whole line of hanging octopi, and she like moves out of the way as one of them like waves one in her face. Is like, whoa, no thanks. But yeah, you have free
Not
reign
into
to approach a stall or buy any food you want.
I'm gonna approach the stall with the octopus and say, how much will 2 silver get me in food?
2 silver. Probably 3 or 4 octopi. However you want.
How much to buy out your whole stall?
Like looks around. 10 gold.
How about 6 gold and 20 silver?
I would have done it for 5. And like shakes your hand. You see, he doesn't even like offer to pack anything up. He just takes the coin and just walks towards like a really large. It looks almost like a circle. It's built from different. It looks like it's built from a ship, obviously. You can see a couple of people sat outside who are holding large tankards in their hand, and he's just heading off to the pub. He's done for the day. Just leaves his stall. And
What a lad.
I'm gonna eat everything at the stall, and I'll tell Ku and Lyra, this might take me a while if you guys want to go keep looking around.
That's fine. Shall we find you here then?
Yeah, I'll be here, or I'll be in the pub.
That tracks. I would like to look and ask around if they have a cemetery here.
Yeah, make me either investigation or persuasion, depending on how you approach it.
I'll do persuasion. Uh, 5.
You just get a lot of like general, you get looked down a lot. No one really wants to talk to you. They're like, fuck off. You do get the inclination that even from the failure and you asking that they, the confusion on some of their faces is that no, they probably don't. And from the inference, you could maybe guess that maybe they dispose of their dead into the sea. Like that might be why they don't have a cemetery.
I did have a hunch, yeah.
Yeah. If you want, you can spend a little bit more time roaming around, and you might come upon it. But from talking to people, that's a failure.
No, I'll tail between my legs. I'll go to the pub and I'll order a nice drink to get drunk.
Sure.
I'm assuming I can still get drunk. Probably. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. So the requirement is you don't need to eat or drink, but you can still imbibe in it, and sometimes you like the mouthfeel. So of course. Yeah. So you notice that there's that massive dome-shaped place that you would guess is probably an inn from the size of it. That's called Gallow Glass. And then there's like a higgledy-piggledy set of different boats stacked on one on top of the other called Tidekeepers. So it's whichever one you want to go to.
I'll go to the gallows.
Sure.
That seems more on brand.
Ku, what are we up to?
I'm gonna try to find the dockmaster and just get an idea of what's coming in, what is declared to be coming in and out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Who is the dockmaster?
It's
Yeah,
me. I'm the dockmaster now.
No, you find a guy named Rhett Varlo. He's about 50. He has one eye. Has a faded like navy coat with brass buttons. And as you approach, he's sort of like chewing something that spits out onto the floor. Make me a persuasion as you are sort of gingerly asking that question.
That's a 23.
He's like, after a little bit of like small introduction, he likes that you're so procedural. It was just like very, you like show some observations of like, oh, that schooner must be coming from Viridia. And he's like, oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, he tells you that there's a brine hopper from Kaloria that's carrying a load of timber and rope. There's one from Sabsathor that's carrying spices. There's a local trawler that's just carrying fish. Two of the boats haven't returned, even though they were meant to. And the outbound ships, there's some salt runners who are going north. One schooner is carrying some sealed cargo for a clan called the Frost Flowers. And at first he pretends a little bit of ignorance as you're asking him about that, and after a while he's like, okay. And then he points out a couple. In his pointing, he points at the lantern. And he's like, okay, so we've got some silks coming in from Ixalora, a little brandy, a couple of relics. We got some stuff coming in from Obscura, and points at the lantern. But there's a couple of relics, he says, that are being fenced through the Tidekeeper. And there's some crates that are leaving through the cliff caves at low tide on unnamed ships. So they'll come in and then leave, so no one can track where they're going. But yeah, that's about it.
All right. I will make note of that. If I can, I'd like to get eyes on the spice ship from Sapsathul, see if that, to the extent I can tell, if that checks out. But otherwise, I will join Larea at the pub.
At the pub, classic. It takes you a little bit of time, so how does he find you at the pub? What is the state that Lorea's in by the time he gets over there?
Well, tipsy. I think she can hold a drink down well, but she have had a couple now, so not drunk, but you know, feeling good. She is probably in the midst of writing a letter to Siler, just declaring how absolutely miserable she is and that she can't wait to be back on familiar grounds, and just sort of like, you know, everything sucks and I miss home and I never miss home. I never really had a home, and it's just like emo. And she'll her plan is to get that to an actual postal service, not to bring that tomorrow. But she's probably writing that when he arrives.
Love it. Ku, as you're making your way to the pub, you do sort of brush past a ship called the Violet Skew, which is the Sapsathulian one. You notice that this ship in particular, it sits a little too high in the water for a ship to be carrying heavy like spice, because spice is quite heavy when you put it all together. The deck's a little oddly quiet. You can see about maybe 5 crew on it, which is a little too few for a ship of that size. Some portions of the ship as well are lined in brass, which is highly unusual because most of the time you just use wood like a normal person. And you can watch as a tall, dark man in a long indigo coat is like signing some manifests, and a couple of dock hands unload some crates. But it's definitely, if they were moving spice, then it can't have been enough to make sense for what he said. But you just passed on by and into the pub. The inside of the Gallow Glass is filled with loads of different sea glass suspended from the ceiling on pieces of rope that sort of like spin. And in the large hearth firelight, it just casts like this different rainbow of colors all across the room. Sort of like an 80s disco, but more solemn and sad and full of old drunk sailors. And Lorraine is at the bar, a little bit tipsy and sort of scratching away with the letter. I'd say at that point, Geo also strides through the double doors, like you watch a tentacle disappear into his large mouth as he finishes slurping it up. And all three of you sort of convene together.
Just sort of roll up my letter as I'm finishing it. Oh, boys. How was your walk?
I'll, in a lower voice, try to only make it so that these two can hear. Tell them, not go through all of the boat stuff, but at least let them know about the ship from Sapsathul, and that they seem to be lying about what they're carrying, but I also don't know that we're going to have time to figure that one out.
Yeah.
You could always go right now.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
I've never
Oh,
listened to you.
the tipsy the acting is hilarious. Okay, yeah, you can go if you want and have a little peruse at the Violet Skew. Sorry, I'm just typing bullet points so I know where we go.
Yeah, I'll just drop my letter off at some young boy and say, "Can you get this to your post surface thing?" And the address is on it, and I'll toss him a gold.
That's your
make
boyfriend,
sure-
don't you?
He's not my boyfriend.
He's my husband.
No, that's all I ask. He's not my boyfriend.
Yeah, you guys can sort of walk near to where the Violet Skew is. My question would be, are you trying to sort of do it stealthily? Do we want to try and get aboard the ship? Or are we just...
I'm just gonna.
like, hanging around, or... What is
I'm walking straight on the ship.
All right. I'm going to try to sneak a bit more. I'll put my
Okay.
hood up and, like, I don't know, not go at the gangplank, but, like, try to see if I can, like, parkour onto the ship from a different angle.
Okay, make me a stealth check from Ku. And Geo, as you just straight up approach the gangplank, just like, hello. You do watch as the man in the coat, before you can get to the gangplank, it just like puts out a hand. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I know who you are.
Oh, that's okay. My
That's
name's Gio.
That's a 30 stealth check.
Okay, I will remember that. Continue, Geo.
Yeah, my name's Gio. I'm Gio the hippo. Sorry. I'm not really a hippo. That was a slip of tongue. I'm a GIF.
He's a gift, he means.
What are you doing?
I just wanted to walk up here and shake your hand. I noticed all the cool metal. I don't know what that's called, and I just wanted to look at it. And it just looks like you got a really fancy ship. And I like ships.
Make me a persuasion check, please. Or deception, whichever one's better for you. As we're watching this happen, we sort of like pan out and Geo talking to the man on one side of the ship. As some of the crew like move over to like look at what's happening, we watch as Ku sort of quite elegantly just parkours his way up and onto the ship and is now like scooting around and hiding. He's sort of crouched behind one of the masts. No crew around you because they're too busy looking at Geo. Pretty much invisible to anyone that wants to see you.
Yeah, I will inch towards like if I can see a way to get below deck, just to get an idea.
On this ship, their central grate down into the hold is even bigger than on the lantern. It covers most of the deck of the ship, and all of that grate
so I can just see in.
Yeah, all of that grate is open as well, and you can see some crates are being lifted out, so you can just pop on down if you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's an open crate or a crate I can open secretly. Just get an idea of what they're doing.
Okay, yeah. What's wrong with me? Are you just looking, or do you want to like actually go and open some of these?
I'm gonna open at least one of them.
Yeah, you sort of like pop some of it open. In one of the make me an investigation check, and while we're doing this, in one of them, you can see a set of beautifully made, like long. I just saw that. long. That's ridiculous. Beautifully made, like really nice long spears. Some very elegantly made rapiers. The metal is, you know, it's based in steel, but you're not sure what the other part is. It's got like a blue tinge to it as you hold one up and the light sort of moves. You notice a crew member like walks across, shouts to another one who's helping like lift the pulley, and you just move a little bit tighter into the shadows. Moving along, you just pop open another lid. You look in, there's like a powdered amber resin in it, in sealed glass jars. There's some ground dust of what looks to be some sort of crystal. With that investigation check, I'm not even gonna make you roll for like if you know what it is. You know that anything in this crate is used in alchemical mixtures. A lot of the time for explosives. Anything, they are sort of the catalyst for anything combustible. The thing that sticks out to you the most is the amber resin you remember seeing on some blueprints a very long time ago in Taz's Rayla, and the residue is so familiar that you're just looking at it like, son of a bitch, as you know exactly what it's used for. You pop open a couple more and you see different crossbows. One of them, as you're sort of looking at it, it's the middle portion of the crossbow is longer than it should be, and it's got a setting where there's like 6 different bolts underneath it, and it's not something you've seen before as you're like looking over. Make me an intelligence check for me.
17.
Okay. The mechanism looks like it would reload itself if you manage to get the bolt out. You're not sure quite how it works, but you know that is the theory behind it. This is a self-reloading hand crossbow as you're sort of pulling it around. My question to you would be, are you putting it back?
Oh no, I'm taking a rapier, the crossbow, and like 1 jar each of all the alchemical shit I find.
Okay.
What I am doing is being very careful to keep all of the alchemical shit like separated in different packs.
Yeah, okay. The last crate you approach is a little bit bigger, and as you sort of like pop the lid off, there are different shards of mirrored glass that look almost exactly the same as what's on your ship, as you're sort of like peering through it. It doesn't look to be attached to any sort of mechanism. It is just the glass itself, and it's not been curated into any sort of shape. It looks like it's been shattered, and they're just pieces that they've put into this crate. It's about that time that you hear a couple more crew come onto the ship, and you're more aware that there's maybe double the amount of people now in your area.
Yeah, I'll wrap one of those glass pieces in the cloak of billowing and fucking hightail it out of there.
Yeah, I won't get you to roll again. You're more than capable of just, as we watch this, almost like a shroud or a shadow just of Ku just moving out and about. In the meantime, we flip back to Geo. How is this conversation going? What has Geo been doing to sort of, because you don't even know, you know Ku's objective, that's where.
Yeah, I don't know that he's down there. I don't know what he's doing.
You did not see anything happen.
Yeah, I just walk on the ship like I don't even mind the person. I just keep walking, and I just start touching everything. I lick the floor. I sniff the air.
Okay. Yeah, he's just following on behind you. Like, I'm sorry, sir, but you shouldn't be. And he's like looking at some of the rest of the crew, and make me an intimidation check as you just brush your way onto the ship.
I'm rolling it with advantage, 15.
Okay, yeah. He's like looks at some of the crew. This before the others have come onto the ship. He's looking at some of the crew, and they're like, I'm not doing anything. Have you seen the size of that guy? They're like, no. And yeah, you have a little bit of free reign to sort of just like touch some of the crates. You don't see anything that stands out to you. It seems like you watch as one of the barrels moves past, and you get this big whiff of this spice come like under your nose, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. That is what they were moving. But yeah, you do notice that some parts of the ship are lined with this brass metal, even along the deck. And as he's like watching you do all of this, he's like, well, I suppose if you like the look for the ship, then that's fine. It's like, don't touch. I mean, sure, yes, you can touch. You don't. Help! And as he says that, you watch as like 6 more people walk up the gangplank. 2 of them are a little bit bigger, and one of them's like carrying a large club as they sort of all congregate towards you.
I point at the one with a large club. I'm like, hey, have you ever arm wrestled before?
No. Well, yes.
Put the crate down. We're gonna arm wrestle right now.
puts the crate down.
Put my arm on top of the crate, and I'm like,
all
okay,
right.
grab my hand.
Yeah, make a strength check. Athletics check, sorry.
I got a 20 with my strength check. Can I use that?
Is your athletics should be more than your strength?
Yeah, I have a +7, but I got a 20 and I have advantage on it, so I can roll it twice and see if I get better than the 20.
Is 23. Okay. Yeah, you sort of like clasp hands. It's not even a fair contest for you. This guy's big, but you like your hand is even bigger than his hand. As like the two go together, and you watch a little bit of tension, and then his face just begins to go red, and then like a shade of purple as he's like straining to try and do anything as it's slowly going towards the other side. By how much do you want to beat him is my question.
Oh, I want to smash the crate that our arms are underneath.
Just crippling a man.
There's this there's a sharp snapping sound as you like slam the arm down, and you look to see if the crate has been cracked, and there's nothing there, and you like look up, and the man across from you is weeping in pain as his you can see a small protrusion from his elbow of bone, and it begins to like blood begins to run down, and he's like holding like this limp hand. It's like
Sorry,
just
that's
immediately
my bad.
backs away.
Anybody else? And I point around to everyone.
They all begin to like look at each other as more people like move onto the ship. You see a couple of them holding crossbows, a couple more like now moving their hands to swords, and the guy in the long coat it's sort of I think you should leave. You damaged my quartermaster. You should go right now.
Do you have any booze?
I tell you what, let's go to the pub. Let's go to the pub. I'll buy you a drink or 6 at the pub right now, please.
Just give me a barrel and I'll leave right now.
I don't carry alcohol on my ship.
Well, I said a barrel. I never said it had to be alcohol. I just said, just give
Oh
me a barrel
yes.
and I'll leave right
You
now.
may take this barrel, and like points at the barrel of spice. Just like take this one, this barrel right here.
I pick it up and leave.
Okay. Yeah, you just heft it. Can't walk back down the gangplank. Meanwhile, Lorraine, you have just been watching all of this happen.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Lorraine's just like, gee, just watching from the sidelines and wanting to intervene, but he seems to weirdly have it under control, so I stay back.
Just watch Geo end a man's career.
Yeah, Geo comes
I'll be fine.
holding this barrel over his arm with one arm, and reunites with you, and then we just watch as like out of the crowd, Ku just appears, just like as if he was there the whole time, just like, oh, hello, just like coming into frame.
It wasn't super subtle, Geo. I mean, if we enter Subsithal, let's hope they don't talk about that one gift that stole spices from Subsithal.
Just a barrel of spice. Like, they gave it to me. I didn't just take it. They gave it to me.
Yes, they were very willingly giving it to you, yes. Just remember that you're a gigantic hippo, please. Sometimes you seem to forget that you stand out a lot.
He like looks all the way down and he's like, "Oh, right."
It's fine. It went well, in a way. I remember that.
I'll try. But I got this barrel of spice.
I'm very proud. Do you think you'll use it to season, or are you gonna just eat the spices? That seems kind of weird. No,
I'm gonna hold on to it for a little bit. I'm gonna try and sell it when we get to a place that spice isn't common.
I mean, you could just go undercut them here.
Did it take you for a merchant?
Are you gonna look in the barrel?
Yes.
Okay, you sort of pop the lid off. Roll me a D10, please. A D8, sorry.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this barrel just contains top grade cloves. There's about 200 pounds of cloves in this barrel that you're holding.
Nice.
I'd
This'll
say
sell for
if you
pretty
could
penny.
sell it, maybe 50, 100 gold to the right person.
Is cloves as in garlic cloves, or?
No, clove as in the spice.
Yes, I know what that is.
I'm just
Oh.
gonna add it to my inventory for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barrel of clove.
Yes,
Goed,
Krautnagel.
Nagel.
Well, that. Krautnagel.
Krautnagel. Nailed it.
Gol. Nagel.
Nagel.
You'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, as you guys, where are you going to spend the rest of your day?
I think my inclination would be the ship, just as extra guard.
Okay.
I am definitely heading back to the ship.
Yeah, you all
That's what
sort
I'm
of
gonna do too.
congregate back as you're carrying that barrel. Sarah just like looks at you as you walk past, and she's like, "Did you take that from another ship?"
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, darling.
I did not take it. They gave it to me.
Nice. If you want, I can hook you up with a guy, unless you just want the barrel.
I gotta get at least 200 gold for this barrel.
I'll see what I can do. I'll go talk to some people. Sort of like saunters off down the gangplank. But yeah, you spend the rest of the time on the ship. You've been informed that there's a little bit of delay in they're having some problems with the merchant that they were to sell their wares to. He's gone missing, so there's going to be about a day delay before you guys can set sail again, while they try and figure out who else to sell their wares to. But that's where we're gonna end our session, with Geo just holding a barrel of not stolen but given clove. And I will, if you remind me, Yvonne, I will add those objects to your person. So you have got a +1 rapier at the moment. a self-reloading crossbow with 8 shots. So what that means is you can... I will have to double check what that means. And the 2 jars of stuff. The resin, crystal dust, and the mirror piece. Cool. But yes, that is where we're going to end our session. Hope you guys had fun. It's good to see that we're getting back into a routine again. And until next week, this has been my Wyrdcast. And say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with I sing? No, a melody. Why do roses bloom